Hey, it's January 4th, and we are at this fun-filled Anything Goes day of ReW, and we have another friend of WhO, and I think Patrice was just speaking about this guy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
what a
you were
segue.
just spoken about in the last segment, Ivan Julian.
Came up in conversation.
Avery Allen was supposed to be on the show today, and I think you know her.
Yeah, well, she's my bass player, or she plays bass in my band, I should say. She's not actually...
Take this one.
That one?
I don't know.
And maybe I should just get closer like that.
Yeah, that sounds good,
Pressure
yeah.
happening and all that other stuff. Yeah.
So, you are basically a living legend.
I'm still alive.
Yeah, living legend. That's what I
Present
said.
tense.
Living legend. Yeah.
I don't know.
You have an amazing track record in being a musician in this town of New York, and
well, that's the idea, right? So that's why I'm here, is to keep making music one way or the other. So that's what I try to keep doing. Yeah.
So, do you remember like some of the first beginning gigs you ever had, and like
In the city?
Yeah.
The first gig I ever had was auditioning. Well, actually, it was auditioning for the WhO Ivan up on 30th Street at whatever that studio was called. That was downstairs. Help me, Dave.
The music building?
Yeah, no, on 30th between 6 and 7.
Oh,
Not 7th and 8th?
No, 7th and 8th. Thank you.
251?
That was upstairs. This is downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still a very popular building.
Yeah, it's still very popular. Yeah, there's a lot of places there, yeah. So, I put an ad in the paper, and then Quine saw it, and then they needed a guitar player, and they had like 2 songs, and I was looking for someone to write with, so that's what happened. Actually, the first thing before that is I answered an ad in The Voice, and this guy said, "Meet me at 125th Street on this avenue with your guitar," and I went, "Yeah, right."
So The Voice is like really the first Craigslist, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Without the drama.
Yeah, it was. I mean, before the ad got too expensive. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, desperately seeking.
Are you originally from New York?
No. I actually, when I moved here from Yugoslavia.
Okay.
Because I was with the English band, the Foundations, and I kind of dropped off there because you know the Foundations, right? Yeah. So I mean, they weren't writing, and I wanted to write, and I just thought, I'll go to New York, where everything's scary. So that's where I went,
That's
So
amazing.
where were you born?
In Washington D.C.
Okay.
And I grew up in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and then I went there, and then I ended up here. And I've been here for a long time.
So how many languages do you speak?
None.
I speak one.
Using the universal language.
I'm never anywhere long enough to learn anything, and there's always people telling me what to eat and all that, so what am I supposed to do?
Well, obviously you take the best suggestions, because you look pretty damn good with...
I don't know if that's from clean living or not, but go on.
Right, he's in good shape, this guy.
Yeah, you look good.
I remember him from the WhO Ivan. In fact, I auditioned for the bass player job with Richard Hell, and I remember I had a blast doing that. That was wonderful. Yeah. Remember I came in there. I played the flute. I played Quine's. I played Robert Quine's solo on the plan on flute because I wanted you guys to remember me.
And we did.
You did.
Richard Hell was going like this at the end.
Yeah, exactly. That's so funny. This guy's got guts, man. We like him.
But
So
they
you
were
remain friends.
We're friendly. We've been in this scene together. But Ivan's a great guitar player, and the WhO Ivan I thought was an amazing band. Ahead of its time.
Yeah, I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of what we did.
Definitely, it's a real. It was a real great thing. I just wrote. I love that album. I remember playing that like the grooves on the album. Just like it was just they just went away. Because I just played it so much. Great album.
Wow.
Thank you.
And do you do that with CDs anymore, or you can't do that like on your iPod or? Like when you would wear out an album, then you would wear out a CD or you would wear out a tape. Like, how do you wear out like a MP3 now?
You just play it until it skips.
It's kind of like Mattress Springs, isn't it? It's like, that was a joy of like wearing out albums. That you got to a certain point, you have to buy a new mattress.
And you knew where your click was. Like,
exactly.
The skip, didn't you like learn the lyrics? Like you knew where the skip was
going to be?
Yeah. Do you know you remember that?
Yeah, sure.
Like I had Hunky Dory and it used to always go like, "Oh, you pretty thing,"
I would bring it right back to the record shop. I remember, give me another one.
You'd know exactly where that little thing went, I know. So what are you doing these days now that you got a new band going on? And
I have a new band actually. I released a solo album early, mid last year, called The Naked Flame. And I'm doing gigs around, you know, kind of the tri-state area, doing that, trying to get out on a major tour, or some kind of tour actually, because I love playing live, and my band's really good, and I love playing with them. I'm doing that, and I have a recording studio down on Ludlow Street called New York Head with my partner Matt Verderay, and we record bands, produce bands.
Ludlow and what?
Ludlow between Houston and Stanton.
So
and it's tape as well as digital, like 2-inch tape and tubes and sparks and fires and everything. We had a fire just the other day.
I was just on that block yesterday.
It's right near
I know the block well.
The Pink Pony.
Yeah.
If you go downstairs from the Pink Pony, you can find it.
All right. So do you know Phyllis? From the
yeah, of course, upstairs, yeah. I know Phyllis.
I know Phyllis.
You know Uli?
I do.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
And Uli's from Tin Pan Alley up on 49th Street, remember? Because she's like, I mean, Jim Jarmusch used to show there, and she's always been a cure of the arts. It's like really great, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Can I interject something? I just finished my solo album this year, and I recorded a couple of tracks at Ivan's studio. And I had a blast. And Ivan's great to work with. And this is somebody, if you're in New York and you need a studio, highly recommended. His studio. I had a great time. Ivan's great to work with, and I was very happy with the results.
That's
so I just want
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, I know. I mean that.
Your CD came out really well. I love it.
I had a great time. I think it was because I had such a great time working in your studio, and it just you made everything so easy.
It's the gas we pump in, actually.
Yeah, it's underground.
Oh, so it's
high
the
tech going on there.
That's good. That's good. So when's your next gig? How do people check you out?
What's happening? I can't do that in New York, can I? That's a weird sound. Philadelphia on the 14th of January.
Okay.
Okay.
Otto Shrunkenhead of Philadelphia.
No, it's not that. It's called Kung Fu Necktie.
Okay.
Kung Fu Necktie. And also they have something's going on with their liquor license. I just found out, and I almost didn't go, but it's a bring your own bottle club now, which everyone seems to like. I mean, you know, you go in and you got your own stuff. You can have like 4 or 5, gallons of bourbon if you want, and it's all yours.
Wow.
I don't have a problem with that.
And you don't have to buy watered down or overpriced drinks.
Oh, nobody does that, do they?
No.
I don't know.
They don't do that here.
I don't know. I don't know now anymore if you're kidding or if I'm kidding. But like, I know. But like, that is a smart way to go because you probably bring your own anyway, but now you're allowed.
Exactly. So what the bar should do is just like let minors in, lose their liquor license, and we'll start. It'll be a whole new trend, in clubs. Then everybody gets to come in anyway.
I think it's a great idea.
Wow. Well, how do bars make money then?
I haven't gone down there yet. We'll find that out when I go down on the 14th.
Maybe they teach Kung Fu while they're...
Or they serve food or something.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I like Philadelphia, actually.
I do too.
I like it a lot. I lived in Philly
It's
for
a rock and roll
years.
city. It really is.
It's like a matchbox town to New York. And when you learn the underworld of Philadelphia, it's a pretty fun... Ben Franklin, he was a smart man.
No, yeah.
He knew everything.
My ex-manager was from
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know there's
there's a lot of fun things in Philadelphia. It's true.
I was there. It was very nice.
So what's your website and how do people find you?
On the internet or
Well, if they want to find your music, it's one thing. If they want to find your studio, that's another thing.
My website is ivanjulian.com. I'm also on Facebook. So either of those 2 places you can find me. And
where do you find you get the most momentum? Facebook or a real website? I'm just curious these days. Like,
I mean, all kidding aside, Facebook is overwhelming. It's like, I don't know. It's like, this is, everybody
and then
has
they just changed it again.
That timeline thing, I don't get it. What are they trying to do, like MySpace?
I hate it.
It's terrible.
That was a disaster, wasn't it? Like, they really
I don't know why.
MySpace.
I don't understand. I mean, you take something that's good, they change it, then we adapt, but then they go totally extreme.
Well, YouTube just changed also.
Yeah, YouTube changed too.
They just have to go with each other, I guess.
Maybe they're all the same person.
I'm OCD, so I can't take it.
I think it's like that big cartoon. I always see that cartoon where all the people are like, bloop, 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 bloop. They all run to the next thing. Yeah, that's it. So YouTube changes, then Facebook changes.
Now Twitter changed, that's why I heard.
They did too?
Twitter changed too.
You gotta go with the flow. You can't marry a website, you gotta just go with the changes.
Now there's a song.
Yeah, right? Oh,
All right,
Get the pen and paper ready.
Let's write it. Like, yeah, exactly. But it's true. I used to work in makeup, and they would always say you never marry a lipstick because they'll discontinue that color. And I apply it to everything in my life, you know?
It's true.
You know, because it's always going to be discontinued. Or goes to another realm.
I have like 5 lipsticks I don't want discontinued, so shush.
Yeah, but it happens.
So what do? You like have to buy them up, like buy stock?
Well, I do. I'm not going to say I don't buy them when I hear they're going under, but you just have to be open-minded and try another color.
Well, I tell you what I do is that I buy like 15 of everything, and then I store
your lipstick?
Not of lipstick and other things, but if I like something, I'll buy a couple of them, and then all of a sudden.
I find that when I overbuy, I lose them. When I have one, it lasts for 10 years. When I get 5 of them, they break or I lose them, and then I have none.
Well, you got to put them in storage.
What about you, Ivan?
Well, I'm with Dave. I mean, I was taught a long time ago, if you find something you like, immediately buy as many as you can afford, because they are going to discontinue it because you like it. You know?
I know.
I mean, but something that you carry around like lipstick, that's different. Sunglasses are kind of like
that's
that.
That's what I'm talking about. The sunglasses. What breaker I lose.
Especially if you got like a huge head like me, when you find the pair that works, you got to like stick with it, you know? Otherwise,
I do that.
Me too.
I know. I agree. Whatever. So anyway, we love skeletons in the closet. And we would love for you to share a skeleton in the closet with us. And then it is National Spaghetti Day.
Yum.
And Derek Reese made all this frickin' spaghetti.
Thank you, Derek.
That is there for us to eat.
Unbelievable.
A skeleton? We need a skeleton in the closet.
You know,
something you just want to, that you never told anybody, and
Or,
I love Neil Diamond.
That could work. Okay. Do you have a favorite Neil Diamond song?
Sweet Caroline.
God, which one?
Because that could be...
D. D is one of his later ones.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, it's that ballad thing. His productions are great. He wrote like songs for the Monkees.
Well, he's Neil Diamond.
He's Neil Diamond.
Exactly.
And he started over at in Washington Square and all that.
I'm a Believer.
I'm a Believer, exactly.
Yeah.
That's his song, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
and he's from Brooklyn.
And he's from Brooklyn. See? Regardless of what happened to him, he's from Brooklyn as well.
Yeah, and you'd never know it. He seems like he could be from Memphis or something, right?
Well, that's where he lives now, I think. Or
does he?
He lives in Nashville, I think.
There you go. A Jewish boy from Brooklyn turns country.
Still doing well.
I know. Look at that. I know. Neil Diamond. He was a heartthrob to many.
Here's one. I mean, if Avery's listening, I'm trying to think if she is, she hates me for this. I love the Bee Gees. But early Bee Gees.
Early
60s Bee Gees. No one understands.
Before they became...
Before they make this transition.
Before
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Early Bee Gees.
Yeah, the stuff was like... Because it would come on the radio, and it'd be like the Beatles, except it'd all be about sadness and people dying in mines and all this other stuff. It's like really great, stuff, I think, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
well, you earned yourself a bowl of spaghetti.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's what I'm working for.
Okay.
So, any last shout-outs? Anything? We'd love you to come back when our internet is functioning properly and the show runs smoothly, like Dave, it does.
I know for a fact.
2012 something, but
yeah, well, the computers, whatever, they don't know what they just know it's time to screw with you. I'm also we're playing at the Brighton Bar in Long Branch on February the 24th.
Brighton Bar in Long Branch. That's almost like it sounds like it should be in Brighton Beach, but it's in Long Branch.
It's in Long Branch, but
are there Russian Jews in Long Branch?
I think
there are. I think that is another community, just like Brighton Beach.
I wouldn't be surprised.
If not, it's going to come because there's room for the mansions.
Yeah.
There's room for the giant mansions that are right next to each other down there.
Nice. And the Haunted Mansion used to be in Long Branch, too.
Is that true? Huh.
Yeah, right?
Is that where Lucy the Elephant was, or that's somewhere else? You guys know Lucy the Elephant?
Lucy the Elephant? Isn't that from Barney?
No, it was an elephant. Excuse me, they built out on the water somewhere or something.
Really? Like a real, sculpture?
Yeah, a real sculpture. It was a huge attraction. Look it up. It was a huge attraction back in the 50s or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a story too high.
Nice. Well, have you seen the elephant now in Union Square? There's a statue of an elephant standing on its trunk. It's the coolest thing. It's like an elephant doing a headstand from its trunk all the way straight up. It's really, really nice.
Well, when the temperature goes above 20, I'm going to go check that out.
It's there now. I don't know how long it's there, but he's on his trunk. So thank you so much for coming.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Ivan.
January 4th.